Ladies and gentlemen, my name is TotalBiscuit. I'm here to ask and answer one simple question. WTF is Trackmania 2 canon? Trackmania 2 is, needless to say, the sequel to the original Trackmania. It's made by the same company and published by Ubisoft. It's called Canyon because stuff happens in a canyon. It's really that simple. Now, I'll be the first to admit that I barely, in fact I never played the original Trackmania at any point. I just didn't. Why? Because it just didn't really interest me. It wasn't my kind of racing game. So, I'm approaching this from a complete newbie perspective, and if you are an experienced Trackmania player, you're probably not going to get a lot out of my commentary, honestly. Maybe some amusement, but that'll be about it. But what I will do is I'll show you the available features, and I'll try and present it in as neutral a way as possible, and then of course you can make your decision. So currently this is only available in one place on a site called Game Planet, which appears to be their official partners, and it's not on Steam or Gamersgate or Direct to Drive or anything else like that yet. Currently costing $25 or £19.99. So let's have a look and see what's going on with this game. So you got your solo play, your multiplayer, and you also have LAN play. That includes hot seat, split screen, and local network. You can also do single maps and versus a replay if you so desire, which is pretty cool. Now, Trackmania is known for a lot of custom content. This game has a track editor. Track editor, simple and advanced versions of it. The simple version is fairly easy to use. It's all about placing blocks, really. This is basically Scale X trick. So you can sort of pick your start point. If we were to say, have a look, we can have a look around the area that we've got available. There's some canyons here. Moving around the map is a little bit of a pain because it doesn't push scroll all that well in a window. I have to assume that probably doesn't happen in full screen. So we put the start there, as you can see. And then what you can do is just add pieces as you so desire. Rotate them around. And then you could just make a track with it. It's not exactly all that difficult. Pretty much, I suppose anyone could do this with a little bit of practice. But it's good that it's there. Okay, so we can get out of that. Now, so there is an advanced mode as well, and no doubt, like the original Trackmania, there will be hundreds of tracks that are designed over the course of this game's lifespan. You can also edit a replay. This is kind of cool. What this allows you to do is to pick a replay and edit it to have different camera angles so you can present something to go on YouTube. It's quite nice. Manage packs. This is for mod packs and things like that. You can create your own, upload it, and all that stuff. And the paint a car customization is back. There's already some designs there. Needless to say, in this version there is only one car. There will always really be, technically, one car. All the cars will perform the same, regardless of whether or not people make different models for them. They're all going to perform the same anyway. And, of course, you can paint this. There is a fairly basic editor available in terms of, hey, you can customize shininess and stuff like that. And you can change the color around. That's nice and easy. The stuff that people are going to be really interested in is the custom skinning. Now, the thing that I was sort of disappointed with in this editor is that they didn't make an easy way of doing that. For instance, in the previous game, you could import stuff into specific folders in a particular file format, and then you could add it on there if certain conditions were met. Here, I would have expected them to maybe make the editor easier simply by having an import option. There isn't one. So, yeah, you can save your work and stuff like that, but you can't import anything directly into the game. I believe the process for putting stuff back in is the same as it was in the previous title. So, people are going to be able to learn fairly easily, but it would have made sense to me if they had actually made it easier, made it more fluid by having an import option and just having the game deal with a lot of the legwork for you. As it stands, you can add stickers and things like that. It's nice and easy. You just drag them on there, place them where you so desire, and you can also add the stickers to the game, put in your own custom ones, but once again, you have to follow that semi-convoluted process. That said, really, it's not that big a deal. It is a PC game. They do expect you to do a little bit of the legwork themselves. It's just something I would have liked to have seen. Okay, we shall get out of that because that car looks absolutely hideous and we don't really care about it. Okay, so solo play, what is currently available? What I can show you after I've shown you the fact that this is all very much connected here. The forum is built into the game. So you can access the forums directly. You've got buddy lists, events and things like that, as well as bookmarks for particular servers. So it's all integrated into this online system. That said, I wouldn't really call it DRM per se, because you do have local play options, so it doesn't seem to be too restrictive. Always nice. Okay, so solo play, you've got your rankings based on where you are in the world. So, for instance, I'm in the northeast of England. There are currently 12 players in the northeast of England. I'm number 11. It's pretty terrible. That said, I think everyone that's currently playing this game was also a Trackmania player, whereas I was not. So, yes, I'm a little behind, to say the least. This guy, for instance, is ridiculous. See all sorts of achievements there. Now, on solo, you've got 5 levels of difficulty all the way up to black, which you cannot unlock, I believe, unless you've beaten everything else. So, let's have a try, shall we? Now, you can see I've done a couple of tracks because I was trying to record this last night, and things fell to pieces, which kind of sucks. So, let's have a quick start on here, and I'll show you what it's all about. Now, Trackmania is about simplicity when it comes to driving. There are only 4 buttons. Really that simple. You don't really need to worry about anything else, honestly. Very, very simple to do. Okay. Well, we're going to shoot for the silver medal, I think. And you can pick an opponent that got that particular score. So, I'm going to race against the silver player. Seems fairly reasonable. Just give it a bash. Okay. And off we go. Right, well, if you've been a Trackmania player, you'll immediately notice that this game just looks better. It's a very, very nice-looking game. There's no real doubt about that. There is also a stereoscopic 3D option, which I could imagine would be extremely fun, although probably not ideal for those of you who want to get a little bit competitive. Don't get me wrong, I actually like playing racing games in 3D. I play MotorStorm Apocalypse in 3D on my PS3. I play Wipeout HD Fury in 3D. That's pretty good as well. But I don't know about a game like this, because this is actually all about precision driving. Regardless of the fact that you've got slides and crazy stunts and things like that, the game is designed around the idea of precision driving, which is probably why I'm not doing very well at it. I don't think 3D would really benefit you all that much in that regard. Okay, so that's the first lap done there. We are going to have to slow down. I managed to take that corner absolutely fine the last time, but I was going faster this time, so it's a bit of a pain. This track is a bit tricky because you don't really see what's coming. It's very flat. And there's nothing wrong with the view distance per se, it's just the way that the track is designed. It doesn't give you a huge amount of warning when you're coming up to a curve. When it comes down to Trackmania, my impression of this game is that you really need to be practicing a lot on these tracks. This is the kind of thing where the first few times on a track you're going to be absolutely bloody awful, regardless of how amazing you happen to be at racing games. Then you just practice, practice, practice. And that's where things start to go right for you. And as you can see, I'm doing a bit better this time around. I'm actually catching up on the ghost car. Only 2 seconds behind at the minute. It's not too shabby. Cornered that fairly well. Come on. Go on. No! Sodding hell. Oh, well. I won 1 medal. I am proud of myself. Not so much, but hey. It's not bad. Also, you get your instant replay after that. Gives you a few camera angles. You'll also notice that the cars clip through each other. This is very much a Trackmania thing. There is no collision detection in Trackmania at all. In Trackmania, it's all about simply winning the race by driving the best. Now, some people might find that to be refreshingly rustic. Personally, I don't really like it, but once again, that is my personal opinion. It's very difficult to give a completely objective review of something like this because Trackmania has a very, very, very long history and actually has a very strong competitive scene as well. So that's the kind of thing that, to me, seems really hard to enter into. It's hard to get into that scene after it's been around for so long, and the competitive players are going to have completely different opinions to me. I just am not a huge fan of racing games like this. I'm not a big fan of precision driving. I like collisions. I like dirty racing. I like Destruction Derby. I like Burnout. Things like that. I'm not a huge fan of precision driving. And as you can see, I'm not amazingly good at it either. Certainly better than I am at puzzle games, but hey, that doesn't take much. So, to me, it's probably not the most attractive model for a racing game. What I do like is the fact that you click this and it's improve. I like that. And it's not restart, it's improve. That, I think, actually symbolizes what this game is really all about, which is just improving on yourself every single time you do anything. And about learning the track and knowing when to slide, when not to slide, when to actually accelerate, when to brake, and trying to optimize your time, shaving as much off of your time as humanly possible. As it turns out, commentating while doing precision driving is kind of difficult, even on one of these tracks. This is the easiest level of track, by the way, if you hadn't already guessed. White is by far, God, that's a wall, by far the easiest level of track. At least I'm still ahead, for the time being anyway. Not by much. Yeah, these walls come up on me a little too quickly for my liking. That's my own personal problem, though. Nothing wrong with the game. Cool, we are actually beating the silver clock at the moment. I'm happy with that. There we go. See, that's a bit better now. I sort of know the track. Okay, so there's a curve coming up that I will have to brake for, because I can't take it at full speed. There goes my bonnet. We didn't want that anyway. The damage modeling is quite cute as well. Obviously, it doesn't do anything to the performance of your car, but it's nice to see regardless. A little bit of braking action to slide around this corner. Okay, this is a bit more optimal. I'm now almost 8 seconds ahead of the time. That's pretty good. There we go. As I say, it's about learning, and that is satisfying. Even though I'm not a huge fan of this particular kind of racing, the fact that I'm feeling like I'm playing much better this time, and that I've actually learned the track properly, that to me is definitely satisfying. There we go. I shaved, what, 11 seconds off my time total. I actually got gold. Brilliant. There we go. So, and that actually pushes my ranking up, and I like the fact that it shows you that. It's like, hey, look at how much you've improved. That's good. I like that a lot. It encourages you to play more. So yeah, that was much better. Now, if I want, I could save that replay. And I might do that because I want to muck about with the replay editor. Okay. Right. Sweet. Let's take it online, shall we? Actually, before we do that, let's show you something a little bit trickier. These are from the red tracks. Red tracks are unpleasant. As in, probably far beyond my skill level at the moment. Let's try one anyway, because some of you might be interested in seeing some of the harder stuff. Okay, let's see what this requires. Very, very narrow roads. Lots of possibility of falling off. Jumps to deal with, things like that, so that's a bit tricky. So I'm just watching this car take that, so it has to brake there, do a bit of a power slide, then around that corner. It actually looks like, on first look, as one of the easier tracks, or possibly not, actually. Oh my god. Okay, right, let's go to try. I will go up against the bronze medal guy. I'm not confident on this one at all. Let's give it a bash. Okay, here we go. Yes, thank you for the warning that we are in a canyon. I knew that by the subtitle of the sodding game. Ah! Not a good start. I thought I could take that corner at that speed. Evidently not. Alright. Let's ease into this corner. It's fine. Just take it off the throttle. I don't really want to brake here. I don't feel that I need to. I would, of course, be wrong. Very, very wrong. Braking was required. But that is to be expected, I think, when going on any new track. If you're not a Trackmania expert already, these things are probably going to happen to you. And I don't feel bad about that. Because I could try this track again, and I'd probably do better, and then just do a little bit better, and improve, 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 until I'm actually reasonably competent at it. This track is really hard, however. It's extremely narrow. Wow, he's already 30 seconds ahead of me. And he's the bronze guy. That's embarrassing, isn't it? Okay, turbo speed, ho! There we go. It's alright, I'm catching up on him! Ah, balls! I was catching up on him. I meant to do that. I meant to do that. Everything is fine. It was stunt driving. It wasn't stunt driving. That's actually terrible. What I can say is that it's cool that the game actually gives you those stupid moments. That's pretty sweet. It's like, hey, my car is flipping all over the place. The car physics seem to be really good. I like the way the car handles as well. I don't like that. That I could do without. Also, it doesn't appear that they've properly modeled the water physics, regardless of how nice that is, but I like the way the car handles, and I think that's probably the thing that matters the most, and all the cars are going to be handling the same way, so that's to be expected, because everything is effectively the same car, regardless of how you reskin it or remodel it. Alright, I'm a minute behind him. That's awesome. Not so awesome. There we go. I want a proper track now, I'm fine. Well, maybe not. Well, that was the last piece of my car falling off there, but yes, a new personal record. Thank you, game. Even in defeat, it still gives me a little pat on the head. Yeah, that was pretty bad. That was fairly horrendous. But there you go. That is red difficulty. That is not supposed to be easy at all. Right, let's take it online. So, there is one thing that I'm finding is a bit of a problem with Trackmania 2, and then it keeps breaking fraps. I don't know why that is. It causes problems with my fraps and with my Adobe Audition. It's mostly with Audition, honestly. I don't really know why that is. It seems to just stop the recording, so this is a bit of a Franken video. I had to throw it together from various pieces in order to actually make something worthwhile. Right, so let's have a look at the multiplayer, shall we? So, with the multiplayer, you can check out players within various different zones. You can also, of course, have favorites. You can create pretty much anything you desire. Set up with all of these different options right here. Set up a server. Those are the modes. Team, cup, stunts, things like that. Scripted. Now, scripted, of course, can be pretty much anything, assuming that there's been a script put together. And that's all of the advanced limits. And, of course, you can load settings as well, which is pretty cool. So if you've come up with server parameters and you found that they work, you can just load them up nice and easy. Okay. So this will show you all of the servers available in various different countries. It actually gets as specific as this, which is quite nice. So if I wanted to go world, I could then go Germany and then break it down by region. That is pretty awesome. If you're looking for really low ping servers, that's probably the way to do it. Germany's got a lot of servers. France has got a lot of servers. Aside from that, those are the two really big countries at the moment in Trackmania 2. But Trackmania 2 doesn't have a lot of players yet because it's only been out for a day. Right. Okay, so we can have a look at the Ministry of Driving's beginner circuits. A lot of these are on time attack. Awful lot of them. So I'm going to join this, give it a shot. It's kind of to be expected, I suppose. Time attack is a really popular mode. It's the purest driving mode. It's simply get the best time. That's the only thing that matters. Nothing fancy, just get the best time. Okay, let's get in on this and see how it's going, shall we? I don't really know which tracks they have available at the moment. Probably ones that... Oh god, the first one's a night track. That's not good. I'm not used to driving at night. Okay, here we go. Let's give it a try. My god, those cars are warping around a little bit, but I suppose that happens initially. Best thing... Oh my god, there was a pothole there. Ah, there's a cat... Why would you put that there? That's incredibly unsafe. Oh my god. That's horrendous. Apparently a lot of people don't like this track at all. They're voting it down, as you can see on the system there. But, oh, come on! Why is that even there? Let's bugger this. I'm going on a different server. Oh my god. Why would you put that on a beginner's server? Why? You can't even see where the freaking holes are. Right, let's try... Ah, there's too many on the Ubisoft server. Let's try a smaller server. There's no real reason to go on a big server at the minute. You can pop over to Germany or France. Usually good pings in there. There we go. This one should do. No, too many players there too. And that does send you back there, which is kind of annoying. I wish it just sent you back to the server menu so you could just instantly click on another one. All of these are full by the looks of it. Let's just check. Nope, that one's got a spot. We'll take that. I don't know what limit was on that one. Maybe it was more than 20. We'll see. Apparently it can go up to 200 or something ridiculous like that. Oh, yay, more nighttime stuff. Here's hoping there's not a hole in the frickin'... Why would you do that? I mean, seriously, why would you do that? Okay, I think I've driven this track before. The question is, can I actually remember it? Oh, yeah, there's that turn, isn't there? The first time I did that track, I went up the wall and crashed into the canyon. No, that's a little too early for the turn. It really is about memorization, I think, with this game. And I have to assume that was how the first game was as well. I don't necessarily have a problem with that. It's not so much my thing, but I think the nice thing about any game like this that requires memorization is that usually you tend to improve pretty much every time that you race. And it seems to me Trackmania is all about improving. Okay, came in 7th there, not bad. That's actually not bad at all. Well, dropped down to 9th once the other guys got through, but hey, that's okay. That's not a bad little start. Bearing in mind that I have to imagine all of these players were Trackmania players, and I have no experience in this game at all, so they have something of an advantage in that regard. Let's get around there. Now, there's the turn there. Let's try and remember that. There we go. Ah! Well, no, it was okay until I spun out there, but put a little bit too much backspin on the car there. All right, that's not good. Ended up fishtailing, smashing into a wall. Yeah, I've screwed this up completely now. I'm behind my previous time. Which is always kind of depressing, because you get to this bit and you realize that you're probably going to make very few mistakes, and then you realize, well, there's no real way I can catch up to my previous time. Off the throttle just slightly around that corner. 4 seconds more, not so great. That guy, 35 seconds, holy hell. Okay, we got one more shot. Let's take it. Actually, no, there's the timer at the side there. It looks like you get 5 minutes of trying to post your best time. Okay, that makes sense, I suppose. There we go. Around the corner there. Okay, let us throttle slightly into that. There we go. That's a better take of that corner. May have skidded out just a little bit too much. Slow myself down just a bit there. Straighten up for the jump. Oh my. Oh god. Hell. I tried so hard and got so far. Yeah, that's terrible. I was doing so well. Spin off and do the most disastrous thing in the world. This is a beginner's track. Good god. Learning curve for these tracks, once you get to higher levels, does seem to be extremely high. But again, this game has a serious competitive scene, and it has to support stuff like that. This game is an esport. I mean, it happens. I think World Cyber Games do it. There's a big Trackmania competition at a lot of lands that I've seen, in fact. Fairly sure DreamHack does it. I know that Multiplayer does it over in the UK. They're all professional Trackmania players. And it does take quite a lot of practice to get good at this game. Hey, I improved on my time. There we go. 37 seconds. That's okay. It's not bad. Puts me at number 10, because these guys are getting much, much better. Oh, look at that. I was so close to being there. But hey. So we've got enough time for maybe 2 more runs if I don't screw up. But yeah, once you crash like that, it's best just press delete and completely restart your run, because otherwise you're just not going to get anywhere with it. Don't need really to let off the throttle there at all. I do here. Ah! No, I didn't lose too much speed around that corner. I can probably still catch up, assuming I don't screw up the launch. Don't tilt the car. Don't tilt the car. There we go. Keep it nice and straight. Whoa, okay. Let off the throttle a little bit too much. I got paranoid. Let's come around the corner. Alright. Was that? No, it was about the same. Well, I sort of have time for one more, but I'll never get there in time. We're running out. I won't finish this last run. But again, I don't feel bad about that, really. I know that Trackmania has something of a learning curve, and I don't expect to be great at it to start with, and I like seeing that I am actively improving on my time. And the game does go out of its way to say, hey, look at how much you're improving. And it is encouraging like that. You know, it's a firm but fair coach that's just saying, well, you know what, you still suck, but you suck slightly less than last time. So you can take pride in that. And you can see where you need to go in order to improve. So that's important, especially for guys that want to... Oh, come on. I wanted to try and get one more out of that, but hey. There we go. I think I've moved up in my World Ladder rankings. I'm slightly higher than last time. At least I placed on the scoreboard. That's not too bad. Pretty happy with that. I think we'll do one more of these, and then we can have a quick look at the replay editor. And we can then draw a conclusion on this particular title. See if my audio recording doesn't die again. Oh, the irony. I hope my audio recording doesn't die again. What does it do? Dies. Of course. Why would it not? Okay, well, this is a nice straight run initially. Good soft landing there. Do I need to brake around that corner? Yes, I do. Okay, that's a useful piece of information to know. Don't tilt too much, because horrible things will happen, like that guy. Now, I started late on this one, so my first time's going to be absolutely abysmal. It's okay, I've got time to do more runs. Not a problem. Okay. Yes, it's not a good run initially, because I had that 8 or 9 second delay at the start. Ah! Don't! Please land straight. Please land straight. That's not straight. That. Yeah. I think restarting is a good option here. Yes, I believe I have played this track once before online. It is a nightmare. Initially, you start off with some nice, good stuff. You go really, really fast. You just hold the forward key. Don't move your car at all. Get full throttle all the way through this. And then let off the throttle ever so slightly to make yourself around that corner without going... I tilted my car a little bit, but... Okay, that's fine. It's fine. It's not a problem. Right, so there's that upcoming nightmare right here. Is it up the top of this? I think it is, isn't it? Straighten it out, straighten it out, straighten it out. Okay, let off the throttle around here. You do have to brake that by the looks of it. Okay, brake around this corner. Don't do that. That's a terrible idea. It's... Just straighten... Oh, god damn it. Oh, that corner. That corner is the stuff of nightmares. Oh well, I'm getting there. At least these guys are actually doing worse. No, I'm almost last. Almost. There's some guy from Turkey that's behind me. Let's give it another shot. Go, go, go. It's a good track. I like it a lot. But yeah, I said that bit is an absolute goddamn nightmare. Up we go. Right. Okay. Let off the throttle slightly to get around the corner. Don't go on the grass. Try and stay straight for this bit. So let off the throttle, I think, slightly to corner this properly. Yeah, there we go. No braking is required for that bit. Whoa! I was following that guy a little bit too much. Right, braking is required for this bit, because otherwise you can't get around this corner. Slow down! Oh, I didn't brake quick enough. Come on! No! No, just... Oh, why? That corner. That corner. Absolute bloody nightmare. That's not the end. Well, I still shaved 2 seconds off my time. I'm not really sure how. This track. Ooh. Well, I want to be better at it. I've got time for one more run. Just remember that corner, and then remember the last bit, which is where everything goes horribly wrong. This bit's easy. You just hold forward, and you get almost perfect landing. I think you might have to brake slightly there, so you get a flatter landing. Sheriff a bit of speed. All right. Let off just a bit of throttle around that corner. This is fine. Stay straight here, so we get a nice straight landing. Let off the throttle around here. I think I'm actually turning a little bit too much. Whoa, okay, okay. This is where things start to go wrong. Right, okay, let off the throttle. Take it round. Brake around this corner. Oh, God. Yes, 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 yes. There we go. That's better. 8 seconds off the time. Feeling good about that one. Do I get time for one more run? Maybe, assuming I don't crash. Let me run. Let me run. Come on. Oh, really? I'm not going to finish. That's really stupid. I don't know why it's doing it that way. It's like, now this run is entirely pointless. That's a design choice that I don't really like. As I had to wait a few seconds on the scoreboard, and then through that, and I don't get my last run. It's like, maybe they could put an extension timer on for a few seconds or something. But whatever the case, I don't like that because, as I say, this run for the purposes of scoring is absolutely pointless because I'll never make it in time. And even if I do, I'm just going to get frustrated because I'll be so close and then it'll just stop. So, yeah, I don't like that at all. I think, actually, there was a thing on the forums about removing the timer. That's something that a lot of people seem to want. See how frustrating that is? That's a dumb design choice. That's awful. I don't like that at all. Okay, right. So we've had a look at that. There's not really a lot of other servers available. They're pretty much all doing time attack at the moment. I imagine there's going to be more variety going forward. I think the last thing we can have a look at is the editors for the replays. So I do have this one replay of this kind of neat run. And you can see the editor right here. So it's your basic multi-track video editor, only it's got 4 pages of it, which not exactly the most user-friendly thing in the world. It's actually kind of awkward, I have to say. Now, if you want to, say, change the camera angles, it's not that hard. And if I wanted to say, extend, I like this angle, I can extend that. So then if you go back here, And then you can run the time there. And I believe you probably just have to get rid of these. Now, you can't actually just hit delete. You've got to remove this entirely from here, which is kind of weird. But I think the real problem with it is that it's got so many tracks that putting something together is kind of difficult. I think it would take quite a lot of practice. But if all you really want is just to have a look at the run and have it just sort of auto-cut and then upload it to YouTube, it's fine. But kind of like all the other editors, I think it's something that takes a lot of practice, and that's representative, really, of the entire game, isn't it? The entire game just takes a lot of practice, a lot of work to get into, but I have a feeling it's highly rewarding if that's the case. Okay, conclusion, because I want to get to that conclusion before my video recording breaks again. So, this is not my kind of game. I will flatly come out and say that. It's not my kind of racing game. The kind of racing games I like generally have collision detection, they're dirty, they are violent, they've got crashes and things like that into other cars. That's the kind of thing that I like. I like arcadey racing. I don't like precision racing. It's not my thing. That said, I did have some fun with this. I think specifically because of the way that the tracks are designed and the fact that the car handles in a very pleasing way. I think it's probably got the best car handling of anything that I've ever seen on just a keyboard. Usually I play racing games with an analog stick or a wheel. On the keyboard, this actually handles really, really well, and that's very surprising to me because there's a lot of other games that don't. It's blatantly designed with PC in mind. Looks like it's got all the kind of functionality that I would want if I was to get big into just playing Trackmania. And yes, it does reward you for getting better. And I like that attitude. It's not a kind of game that I would play. Doesn't mean that it's bad though. So it might be worth looking into if this is the kind of thing that has interested you. The link to purchase is in the description below this video. There's currently only one place you can buy it. Don't know why that is, but that's where it is at the moment, so the link is there if you so desire. If not, remember to check out Trackmania Nations Forever, which I believe is the free version of the game. That's the older one. You can play that one and give that a try. The games are quite similar, so if you're feeling like getting into the community, that's probably a good way to start without actually investing any money. My name has been TotalBiscuit. That's been a look at Trackmania 2 Canyon, and I will see you next time.